Hi everybody, it's me again. I'm still in my backyard because it's gorgeous and I'm enjoying the sunshine. Can't get enough of it after this crazy winter we've had here in Canada. Anyways, the topic of today that I'd like to discuss, and again, my dogs are in the background, so if you see them wandering around, oh, I tell you, there's three of them. That was Bear that just walked by. He's a rescue dog and he's a bit of a handful. So he's sort of guarding me right now, and as you can hear, he's got his ball. Hopefully you'll be able to still hear me. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you about the topic today about why I went dairy and meat free. Growing up, I lived on a farm, and my grandparents and my aunts and uncles were all farmers, so pork and beef farmers. So I grew up, you know, eating meat. When I was quite young, actually, I ate some chicken before I went to a skating practice, and unfortunately, I had an anaphylactic reaction to it, and ended up in the hospital being poked with a whole bunch of needles, trying to bring the inflammation down so that I could breathe. I blew up, my face all blew up, which is kind of a weird allergy. Most people don't have a poultry allergy. So growing up, I was a little odd that way. But you know what? I never liked meat. I really didn't. I didn't like the texture of it. I didn't like how I felt after it. And I think, as a child, I was just learning that that's okay. I don't have to eat it. But it was still in most of our meals. If we had spaghetti, it was in the spaghetti sauce. If we were having something that was on the side, and I kind of felt guilty if I didn't have some. And it was just not my thing. I told you before in a previous video that when I was 4 months old, I turned blue in my crib and stopped breathing and was diagnosed with asthma. But it was the 70s, and a lot of the push was, sorry, there's Bear again. A lot of the push was away from breastfeeding and towards bottle feeding and formula. And my dad had told me that when they started feeding me formula, I just started projectile vomiting, I had rashes, I had eczema all over my head, that cradle cap, I had all that. And it was pushed down my throat to drink milk, and I don't know. I did it because I guess I had to do it. But then as I got older, into my 20s, and I got sicker and sicker and sicker, I started experimenting with my diet and taking things out and putting things back and seeing if they worked and if they didn't. And quite frankly, meat was gone. I've been off meat for, I don't even know, over 5 years now. I just, I'd have it here and there. Like, it was not every single meal I have to have it. And now it's gone, and I do not miss it any way, shape, or form. And also for me, it's an ethical reason for me not to eat meat now. But also the dairy. I would have like a little, scoop of ice cream or go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard, and I would be coughing and mucusy and stuffed up, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I think I'm allergic to dairy. So, I've played with dairy a while, and dairy's in everything. Just like, with celiac disease and having to be gluten-free, wheat's and everything. So me doing grocery shopping when I was first diagnosed with celiac disease was a nightmare. I remember going out shopping, and I said to my husband, I have to go by myself because I have to be able to think. You keep the kids. Okay, no problem. So I went, and I'm reading every single label. It took me an hour and a half to get our normal groceries. That would probably take me half an hour because I had to read every single thing. And then when I went dairy free, I had to do the same thing again. So for me, it's literally been a stepping stone. Meat free, easy, done. And then dairy or the gluten free. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I feel all right with that. Now that's check mark. I feel confident. Now the dairy free, let's do that. And I have to tell you, I had, like I've said before in my previous videos, I had cuts on my fingers that would open and bleed, eczema, my toes, they would bleed as well because they would cut and bleed with the amount of like shedding of skin and stuff like that on my feet. Rashes on my face, dry skin, just digestion issues. Oh my goodness, bloated and feeling 500 pounds heavier than I was when I'd have a meal that had a little bit of cheese in it. And it took me to that point to say, you know what, enough's enough, I'm done. And so since being dairy free, that has helped tremendously, with my skin issues. I still get skin issues here and there. I think I'm just, detoxing and and moving along the train, but I feel like it has improved significantly. Um, when you think inflammatory foods, let's do the top four. Dairy, you got your wheat with your gluten. Corn is up there as well. A lot of people are coming out with corn issues or corn allergies because it's GMO. It's not organic. Any of those corn chips you're using, or read your cereals that you're giving your children. Oh my goodness. Corn, corn, corn. Read your dog's food. Corn. Okay? You wonder why we're having issues. Corn is not easily digested, and it causes a lot of people digestive upset or even allergies now that are coming out. Children that are coming into the school with corn allergies. And the last one is meat as well, bogging down your system. Your body cannot digest those properly. It can't. And moving forward, I basically gave up all of those things, and I've adopted basically a plant-based diet, heavy on the raw. That's me. I have salads for supper sometimes. I like to do a lot of fruit. In upcoming videos, I'm going to be talking about Dr. Robert Morse, and if you haven't heard of him and you are dealing with any of these autoimmune issues, you get on YouTube now. Do not wait. Don't pass go. Just get on YouTube now. Start looking at his videos. Wealth of knowledge, breaks it down into easy steps, and he is unbelievably, he's a genius when it comes to the human body. And the other one that I'm going to be talking about in the upcoming videos is the Gerson Institute, which is the Gerson therapy, which I also did for a few months when I was off on sick leave a couple years ago, to try to reset my body and to get me back to sort of a healthy state. But those are, again, heavy on the plant-based. Some are juices, some are just greens, some are fruit-based, but you gotta get back to nature. As much organic as you can. I know it's not always feasible, and believe me, I'm there with you. I'm on a budget. I have 3 kids that are in sports. We, have had 2 years of what I'm going to say is hell with my health. And I'm shocked that my husband and I are still married. Honestly, very difficult 2 years. I've learned a lot. I don't want to go back. I only want to go forward, and I want to enjoy each day. And I'm going to enjoy these days with plant-based foods. My kids, my oldest daughter, she declared months ago she wanted to be plant-based as well. My son, kind of on the fence. He's a little younger and he's a boy. And my littlest, the only thing she has once in a blue moon is a piece of cheese here and there. Other than that, she's never had a glass of cow's milk in her life, and she's 4. And she's huge. 45 pounds, and she's probably the size of a 6 or 7-year-old. And she's thriving. She's bright and funny. So, you know what? You need to do your research. And when you're hurting and you're sick and every bone in your body and every joint and muscle hurts, believe me, I've been there. Some days I'm still there. But I think that's more the detoxing for me than it is the initial disease. When I was sick last fall and almost died, I vowed then and there, I felt like I had a spiritual awakening, showing me you can either be in a hospital bed and on medication for the rest of your life, or you can change your life and you can go this way. And I saw, visions of me running through fields, pain-free, sun on my face, wind in my hair, running with my children. Light, free, easy, happy. And that's the path I took. And from then on in, I've used raw foods. I've lost 50 pounds in 4 months. And I have more energy. My feet still hurt every single day. Taking every single step I take hurts my feet, but I still take them because I feel like, if I don't take them, what's happening to my body? That's an anti-inflammatory too, is working out or exercise, just walking around your house. I don't know, like yesterday I took the kids to the park and it was gorgeous, and they played on the play climbers. My son had a lacrosse stick, he played, and I walked around the basketball court. for 20 minutes. I don't care what you think of me. I'm getting my walk in. I'm going to try to walk. Now, I'm not fast. I limp, but I still do it. And I try every single day to get some sort of physical activity. I'm slow, but eventually I'll run. And that's what we got to think of. Baby steps each day. So every single day, 1% improvement and 1% improvement. And in 6 months, look back on where you've been. Okay? Have a great day. Enjoy the sunshine. It's gorgeous out here. I'm very happy that the docs agreed with me today while I videotaped. Anyways, have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.